Rangers trailing 3-1, up against it now. 20 minutes of hockey to go here. If they can tie it up, they can force an overtime, and of course there's plenty of time for them to win the game in regulation time. Let's see what happens. Rattel, Gilbert, and Hadfield against Clark, Barber, and Nollet. Clark intended for Nollet, intercepted by Hadfield. His pass too far for Rattel, and Jim Watson goes back into the Flyers zone. Around the boards right to Hadfield. He missed it, but Dale Rolfe has it. Rolfe down the boards for Hadfield, trying to get it into the slot to Rattel, still battling with Nollet all over him, and Nollet takes it away. Nollet works his way up the left wing side. He's a good skater, as you can see. Has Barber with him. Drop pass, shot blocked in front, and it goes to the sideboard. Gilbert is there with Barber and Park, and Park has it underneath him. There'll be a face-off in Ranger territory. We'd like to correct one incorrect statistic we gave you earlier in the game. The team that had scored the first goal in the last 4 games of this series wound up on the losing end of that game. And we were pointing that out when New York scored first here today at 13:43 of the first period, Fairburn. And so far that pattern is continuing, but we should also point out that the Rangers have come from behind 2-goal deficits to win in this series as well. So we've got 19:28 to go in regulation time.
And in the first 6 games of this series, the Rangers have scored most of their goals in the third period. They've got 3, 4, and 6 in the third periods, whereas Philadelphia have had 6, 6, and 6, equal in the first, second, and third period.
New York controls this face-off. Nielsen is checked by Lonsberry, and Lonsberry takes it away, trying to throw it in front, blocked by Jockerman. Kachuk and Lonsberry and Nielsen. Nielsen pries it loose. Sealing goes for it. Sealing in the corner is watched there by Dornhofer. Gets away from Dornhofer the other way. Dornhofer catches up with him. Great forechecking by the Flyers again. McLeish, a shot hit the side of the goal. Dornhofer checked heavily by Nielsen. Sealing comes in to help, and Lonsberry, and they hold it for a face-off again. And you cannot see a more dramatic example of what works for the Flyers in that little session there.
Just the effort of Dornhofer there, just kept that puck in there and kept New York bottled up. He didn't give Sealing a chance to get control of the puck where he could get it to his man. Just kept pressure. Here it is right here. As Sealing tries to turn around, then Dornhofer keeps right at him. Puck comes right back in.
Back live. Rangers finally get over their blue line. Kachuk checked by McLeish and Fairburn. His pass blocked by Lonsberry. Sealing pokes it ahead. It's right to Flyers' Joe Watson. McLeish controlling to Dornhofer. Dornhofer cuts over to the left wing side. Backhands it in, and the Flyers want to make a change. McLeish, however, stays out there and chases Sealing back to the Ranger goal. Sealing to Vickers. Kachuk, Vickers, and Fairburn. This is Kachuk. Kachuk trying to get around Joe Watson. Can't do it. Puck inside the blue line, offside call against New York. 18:24 to go in the second period. With the score, the Philadelphia Flyers 3 and the New York Rangers 1. Rangers control this face-off. Stemkowski on with McGregor and Irvin. McGregor going to the corner. Hinderchuk is there. McGregor checking against him. Irvin pries it loose to Park at the blue line. Park a shot blocked in front by Jimmy Watson. Dale Rolfe off the boards. Knocks to the corner Stemkowski. Stemkowski out to the blue line, but between the defense pair of Park and Rolfe, and thus down into the Ranger zone. Park back for it. Park right in front of his own net to Rolfe with a dangerous pass, the way these Flyers forecheck. Stemkowski, a long shot off the backboard. Jimmy Watson can't get it out. Park, here's Irvin, a shot. Irvin covers on it, grabs it before Stemkowski can get it. Zaleski and Stemkowski going at each other at the end boards, and the linesmen jump in to separate them. Zaleski checking Stemkowski right as Stemkowski tried to knock the puck out of Perron's glove. And the two of them wound up at the backboards jawing each other. Linesmen are in there, Matt Pavlich and John Amico, to get them separated.
Zaleski probably taking a little bit of offense the fact that Stemkowski tried to knock that rebound past Perron as Irvin held that puck. We'll see that play again. Here it is. Irvin almost got the puck past. Then you'll see Stemkowski just taking a jab at it. He got the elbow up. I think that was probably more than anything, the fact that he got the elbow up into Zaleski's face.
I think he heard the footsteps behind him. 17:44 to go in the second period. The score, Philadelphia 3, New York 1. Perron, Zaleski, and Stemkowski get 2-minute minors for roughing at 2:16 of this third period. And the teams are playing 5 aside. Bill Flett battling with Brad Park. Terry Crisp comes up with a number 15. Over to Bladen. Bladen off the stick of Dale Rolfe and offside. Called at the New York blue line. Bill Flett demoted to the fourth line. He's just simply been having problems with his productivity in these playoffs. Did not have a great year for the Flyers, but Fred Sherrill gives everybody ice time, and even though he's now not with Barber and Clark as he normally is, he's still getting his share out there with Crisp and the rookie Cowik when they play as a full unit. Rattel to Gilbert. Off the skates it goes to Dupont. Dupont ahead, handed it right to Brad Park. Park spinning away from Crisp with some of that nifty stick handling and skating ability he shows. Rolfe's pass off the stick of Flett, taken by Crisp. Terry Crisp, rink-wide pass off the boards. Flett has it. Flett bumped by Gilbert, and Scove, the referee, got in the middle of that one. Flyers throw it in. Jockman controlling around the boards right to Bladen. Bladen the shot, and that really tested Jockman. Got his glove and stick on it to knock down the hot drive from the blue line. Rolfe trying to get out. Flett checking him. He dumped Park. Park's caught up in the mesh. His skate caught in the mesh. Park trying to get a face-off. Finally knocked it around very cleverly. And Jockman who held on. Getting a face-off. And Park will get some assistance back there, getting himself out of that goal net.
Park made a good play. His stick was just long enough there where he could hook the puck out to Jockman so he could get that whistle. Here you'll see as Flett cuts him off here. Took the feet out from under him a little bit there. And there's where the heel of his skate got caught on the net as he tried to reach it. And then Rolfe takes Flett right into the boards here.
.56 seconds left in the penalties to Selesky and Stemkowski. Bobby Clark against Walt Kachuk.
Here it is again. There's the shot off Bladen, and Jockman made that save as he goes out of the net. Here we'll see Park. There's where the heel of his skate got caught. We're back to live action.
Van Imp to Jim Watson. Watson over to Van Imp. 3-1, the Flyers lead. We're in the third period at the Spectrum. Jim Watson beating Bobby Clark. Checked by Ron Harris. Fairburn. Harris is out on defense now with Nielsen his first shift on defense. He is normally a defenseman, but Emil Francis uses him up front as well. Clark in the corner. Throws it in front, but Kachuk is there. Kachuk breaks out. Nielsen gave Clark a pretty good ride in the corner. Kachuk is tripped by Clark. There'll be a penalty, and he knew it. As soon as he put that stick down at Kachuk's skates, Clark knew he was gone, and sorry that he had done it. 17 seconds left in the twin penalties to Selesky and Stemkowski, so New York will have a man advantage 5 men to 4, and then 6 men to 5 when the first penalties expire.
There it is as he got the stick right at his ankle and took the feet out from under Kachuk, and Clark is very mad at himself. There it is again. Took the feet right out from under Walt, and this will give New York a chance to get right back in this game with a power play that hasn't been very productive, but every opportunity that you give them, it makes it one more chance closer.
Bobby Clark hooking is the call, 3:59. Face off at the Flyer line, and it's taken by Lonsbury away from Rattel, who shot it to the Ranger line. Now Rousseau to Gilbert. Gilbert slip shot, leg save for Ron on a good hard shot from Gilbert. Rebound all the way to Park. Rangers with the extra man. Rousseau a drive, skate save by Bernie Perron again. Back comes Selesky. Park over to Rousseau. Stemkowski and Selesky are on. Here's the feed to Stemkowski. Stemkowski a shot blocked by Jimmy Watson. Rebounds to Lonsbury who shoots it down the ice. 1:29 left in the penalty to Clark. Rangers with a 6-man to 5 advantage. Rousseau comes up quickly. Lonsbury and Crisp the penalty killers. Rousseau stick handling in offside. Rattel ahead of the puck carrier Rousseau. 1:20 left in the penalty.
Here's young Jim Watson. We talked to him about earlier in the game. Here's the save, I should say, by Gilbert. That's a little bit earlier. And the foot save by Perron. But just before this whistle, young Jim Watson made a good sprawling defensive play.
Stopping Pete Stemkowski, who had just come out of the penalty box. Rattel, Gilbert, Hatfield, Park, and Rousseau the power play. Terry Crisp on the faceoff for the Philadelphia Flyers. Crisp gets it to Dupont, who shoots it down the ice. Jockman holding it up for Rousseau. 3-1, Philadelphia leading. 15:09 to go in the third period. The 7th game of the Stanley Cup semifinal. Gilbert to Rattel. checked from behind by Chris, and the puck knocked out to center ice. Flyers have controlled this game throughout. They have outshot New York 38-22. Rattel, as D'Amico, the linesman, has jumped in a collision with Hatfield, but the linesman really doing his work. He made the offside call anyway as he was falling down. John D'Amico.
He didn't get all the wind onto the whistle. There was a little weak. There's where Hatfield went over the line just ahead of it, and then he took the feet out from under D'Amico as he knocked him down. And there's John. As we've mentioned before, certainly the strongest linesman of all of them, and does a real fabulous job of calling.
He had a hold of Dave Schultz in a fight in this series, earlier in the series. Schultz said after the game, the reason I went after my man again was because I was so frustrated from being unable to get away from D'Amico. He said he's so strong, his arms were choking me, and by the time I got loose, I was so mad I went after my man again.
That's a testimonial of D'Amico's strength when Schultz gives him that compliment.
That's right. Schultz wound up with a misconduct for his troubles on the play. Face off at the Flyer blue line. D'Amico had to do some house cleaning. These guys do everything out there. Stemkowski lost his balance, and an interception by Lunsbury racing after it in the Rangers' zone. A shot wide of the goal. Jockman had taken the angle from him, and he tried for the wide side and missed it. Park comes out. 37 seconds left of the penalty to Bobby Clark. Brad Park shoots it off the corner boards. Perron comes out of the net to hold it up for his teammates. His feed intended for Lunsbury comes through, but Park has it at the blue line of Fairburn. Fairburn a shot right on, and Perron made the save and covered on the rebound. 21 seconds remain, and a hooking penalty to Clark.
Perron very quickly got on that rebound with his team a man short. Here's the play by Park. As it goes into Fairburn, Fairburn gets a good shot away that bounces away from Perron here, and then he jumps right on it very quickly.
The crowd chanting Bernie, 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 something they picked up from the Madison Square Garden fans who have had that same chant for Eddie Jockman, Eddie, Eddie. And both these goalies can go away from this series knowing they have turned in some of the best Stanley Cup goaltending in a long time. They've both been great. Jockman here today has been spectacular. McLeish got that face-off and drilled it right down the ice. Jockman off the boards for Fairburn. Fairburn leaves it for Stemkowski, who comes in with speed over the line, breaks on, left side feed, Kachuk, the drive, big save, rebound, cleared away by Jimmy Watson. Perron came off with another big one on Kachuk. Stemkowski as the Rangers keep it in. Down to the corner for Fairburn. Clark is back on. In front, Park shoots. Perron made the save, a pile-up with the crease, and he holds on to the rebound. Bernie Perron with another brilliant save. 13:54 to go in the third period to score Philadelphia 3. The New York Rangers 1. We're back live now with Russo against Kindrachuk and somebody in that face-off circle, and all of these face-offs now are crucial, so the linesman and referee Skoll will be calling them close. You must stay outside that circle till the puck is dropped. Kindrachuk against Russo. Russo gets it back to Sealing. Sealing a drive wide. Rebound all the way to Dale Rolfe. Rolfe kept it in, down the boards for Irvin. Irvin to Russo. Russo tried to center. It comes to Selesky. Poke check on him by Irvin. Good effort by Irvin. Knocks it to the corner. DuPont back for it. Rangers forechecking now. DuPont overskates it. McGregor working against him. Puck loose back of the goal and held long enough for a whistle. Art Skov lost sight of it, and so he blew that whistle.
Skov shook his head. He knew that he called it. He didn't see Kindrachuk coming out loose with the puck. He knew he made a mistake, but the puck was on the other side of the net, and he thought it was frozen.
This is Bernie Perron getting set for the face-off in the corner. Goes through that whole ritual there. Banging his pads, his gloves, checking where the post is, knocking his mask into position. Got a whole number he goes through, and it all works evidently. Face-off to the right. Russo again controls. Park, a rolling shot. Didn't get much on it off the heel of his stick. Joe Watson shoots it out for Schultz. Off his leg to Selesky. Kindrachuk, Schultz, and Selesky against Russo, Irvin, and McGregor. Russo flips it over his line. Selesky gets it and shoots it in for the Flyers. Park, back of his own goal, lugging it out of there. You'll see him do this the rest of the way. He knows he's got to lead this attack. They're down by 2. He gets through one man, but DuPont stops him. Selesky shoots it, and it goes over the glass and out of play. 13:03 to go in the third period. The Flyers lead by 2.
In this game.
From this face-off, a bouncing puck taken by Nole. He breaks out of there with a turn of speed. He has Barber with him. Backhand pass right to Harris of New York. Harris stick handles by one man, gives it to Rattel. Rattel has Gilbert with him. Rattel goes with backhand side, can't get around Jimmy Watson, who takes him into the boards. Puck taken by Barber. Barber back in his own goal. Nole with Gilbert. Gilbert tried to get it to Hatfield. Nole broke it up. Nielsen a drive right on, caught by Perron. He gives it to Van Imp. Van Imp up the boards, Barber. Barber, Harris gambling in deep. Harris still scrapping, but Clark is there with Gilbert. The Rangers keep it in. Hatfield takes a hit, a shot by Rattel wide. Jimmy Watson with it. Rangers pressing here. Good forechecking. Harris controls to Nielsen. Nielsen waits for Rattel to get onside, shoots it in again. New York changing on the move. Jimmy Watson gets it out to Barber too far. Fairburn has it. Fairburn with Clark checking him. Fairburn breaks away. Fairburn down the left side in the slot. Vickers can't get the shot away. Checked from behind by Clark. Simon Nole takes over, and the Rangers with great pressure here. Park. The shot is blocked by Bobby Clark. McLeish comes on, replacing Clark. The rebound went to Nielsen. Nielsen to Kachuk, missed the pass. Jimmy Watson in front of his own goal. Throws it out to center ice. Nielsen intercepts. New York really taking over the play here. Van Imp breaks it up and clears it down the ice. And the fans applauding that play, which was the best defensive play in the last 2 minutes by the Flyers, as the Rangers are desperate here, and they're pouring it on. Walter Kachuk comes up with Vickers and Fairburn. Long shot, stick save by Bernie Perron, who gives it to Dupont. Dupont back of his own goal, checked there by Fairburn, but the puck knocked out to center ice by the Flyers. Park feeds Vickers. Rangers now turning right back every chance they get. Kachuk in there battling over to Fairburn. Fairburn to Kachuk. Kachuk over to Vickers. Scores! Steve Vickers from Walter Kachuk on a brilliant pass. Fairburn and Vickers and Kachuk combining there, and the Rangers are back in it here with 11:11 to go. Vickers makes it 3-2 Philadelphia.
As we were talking, the Rangers just keeping that pressure on, and this puts them right back in this hockey. There's Fairburn getting the pass over to Kachuk. Kachuk putting it perfectly to Vickers, who puts it in the short side. Perron didn't have a chance on that one. Here again, here's the play by Fairburn. Over to Vickers from Kachuk and into the net, and it's a 3-2 hockey game.
Tremendous play by Kachuk, Vickers, and Fairburn, as Kachuk measured that pass perfectly right between the legs of Joe Watson, and that gave Vickers his shot. He had a man hanging on him, but he pulled the trigger. Short side goal makes it 3-2. Centering pass, score! Gary Dornhofer makes it 4-2 from Lonsbury. Right from the faceoff, Lonsbury getting the puck back to the Ranger goal and centering to Dornhofer. Gets his second goal of the game, and it's 4-2.
Here's the play. You'll see Lonsbury, number 18, giving it perfectly to Dornhofer, who gets his 5th goal of the playoffs, the 2nd of the afternoon, and that very quickly gives Philadelphia that 2-man advantage. Here's Lonsbury right out perfectly. Jockerman didn't have a chance as Dornhofer was all alone there.
Great
block Parkoff. Rolf moved back in there to get Lonsbury, and Dornhofer found himself all alone in front of that net.
From Lonsbury and McLeish.
Lonsbury and McLeish get the assist at 9:01. Dornhofer's 5th goal of the series. And the Stanley Cup playoffs makes it 4-2, and the Flyers gain right back. Crisp against Stemkowski. Stemkowski controls to Nielsen. Nielsen to Harris. Harris to Stemkowski. Long shot by Stemkowski, handled easily by Perron. Van Imp out for Terry Crisp. Crisp with Kindrachuk and Selesky. A mixed line here for the Flyers. Kindrachuk for Selesky, and it's offside at the Ranger blue line. 10:40 to go in the third period with the score Philadelphia 4. The New York Rangers 2. They just scored that goal. All right, Rangers control this face-off. They trail 4-2, 2-goal deficit again. Jimmy Watson off the boards, right to Ron Harris. Harris, pass intended for Stemkowski, and Matt Pavlich whistled it. I think it was touched off the ice in front of the Ranger bench. Terry Crisp looking around quizzically. The Flyers have had only 2 shots so far in this third period. The Rangers have had 10. And although the Flyers have outshot them 39-29, the Rangers have been making the comeback here. McGregor steals from Kindrachuk. Stemkowski has it in on goal. Centering pass for Irvin, too low, covered a drive by Nielsen. Leg save, loose puck, Stemkowski after it. A pile up in front, and that puck is under somebody's body. I can't begin to tell you whose, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's Perrant's.
Skov, there wasn't going to be any arguments on a questionable goal. Skov was right on the goal post, watching it all the way.
We're getting those face-offs. Clark comes out of the Philadelphia zone, takes a long shot off the backboard. Jockman cuts it off to the side with Nolay coming in. Clark backhands it around behind the goal. Clark, good pass out to Gilbert. Gilbert ahead intended for Rattel. Clark intercepted. He takes a hit from Gilbert. The puck comes to Barber. Checked from behind by Rattel. Gilbert, backhand pass intended for Hatfield, too far. Joe Watson to Nolay. Nolay, number 17, is pass broken up by Rattel. 9:34 in regulation time remaining. Rattel bumped by Joe Watson. Loose puck taken by Park. Stick handles away from Clark. To Rattel. Rattel to Gilbert. Back to Rattel, but broken up by Dupont. Barber trying to break away. Rolfe is there ahead of him. Dale Rolfe in the Ranger zone. Rolfe, number 5, over their line. Has Rattel with him. Passes to Rattel. Rattel back to the blue line. Park to Fairburn. Fairburn gets it off the leg. Fairburn shoots a tip-in try by Vickers over the glass and up into the souvenir country. 9:03 to go. Harris. Ron Harris shoots it right at Dupont. Gets it again off the skate of Kachuk offside. Kachuk, Vickers, Fairburn against McLeish, Lonsbury, Dornhofer. The goal scorers in the game, Fairburn for New York, McLeish for Philadelphia on a power play in the first period. Kindrachuk unassisted. Dornhofer from McLeish for Philadelphia in the second period made it 3-1. Vickers for New York. Dornhofer, his second goal for Philadelphia here in the third period. Flyers control this draw. Dupont to McLeish. McLeish is checked by Nielsen. Nielsen backhands it in. Rangers had tremendous pressure that led to that second goal of theirs, but the Flyers have bounced back with their goal, and the play has been about even since then. Kachuk inside the line. Checked by McLeish and Dupont. Puck comes out to center ice. Nielsen knocks it away from McLeish, but Dornhofer follows on. Here's McLeish. McLeish turns away from Harris. McLeish in the slot off the skate of Lonsbury. Lonsbury back of the net. Oh, he hit the post as he tried to tuck it in. He bounced it off the post. Lonsbury, good try. Harris and Dornhofer collide in the corner. Jockman out of the goal. Around the boards of Vickers. Vickers trying to get it to Kachuk. Vickers tries again. Kachuk has it. Kachuk has Fairburn with him. 2-on-2. Vickers comes up 3-on-2. Pass to Vickers. Vickers with Fairburn. Dupont is back. Vickers drop pass for Park. Park into the slot. Slap shot blocked by Gary Dornhofer. Fairburn takes it away from Lonsbury. He's checked by Dupont. Dupont bangs it out to center ice. Dale Rolfe off the boards for Fairburn. Fairburn, 2 Flyers converge on him. He hands it right to Dornhofer of Philadelphia. McLeish breaks out. Fairburn checking him. McLeish backhands it in. A bounce shot. And Jockman cuts it off. Makes a good move away from Bill Flood. Teams changing on the move. Dale Rolfe ahead intended for Stemkowski. Blocked by Selesky. Tripping penalty coming up. The Selesky Rangers control. They can get the goalie out here. Irvin swings away, but it's touched by Flood, and the whistle blows as Philadelphia gets possession. A penalty to Don Selesky. Out to kill out the penalties, as you might expect. And he's battling with Rattel. He gets it over the Ranger line. Clark, Barber, Jim Watson, and Van Imp. Ranger power play, Park and Russo on the blue line. Rattel, Hadfield, and Gilbert up front. Brad Park. Slowly over the line to Gilbert. Gilbert to Russo. Russo a drive deflected, and Rattel shot it right through the crease. He had the chance to miss the net. Rattel tried to just steer that in, and he shot it right behind the goalie through the crease. Gilbert centering try, blocked by Clark. Clark comes out of there. Slowly gets around Russo, but the puck went all the way to Jockman. It clears it out quickly to Hatfield. Back for Park. Park over to Russo. Bobby Russo to Park. 1:15 left in the penalty. Park brings it up. Park whirling at the blue line, looking for the open man. Park looking for the open man. Over to Russo. Russo to Hatfield and steers it in front for Gilbert, but Perrant dives out and caught that puck to make sure that Gilbert had no chance to make a play.
Rattel had Perrant beat, put the puck right across the net behind him, and that, of course, would have made it 4-3. And this is the 20th power play advantage for the Rangers without scoring a goal. Here's the deflection by Rattel. As you see, Perrant looks in the net, but Rattel put it right across the net into the corner.
59 seconds left in Zaleski's tripping penalty. 6:28 remaining in the third period. Philadelphia leading 4-2. The winner meets Boston starting Tuesday night in the Stanley Cup Championship Finals. We'll have the third game of that series next Sunday afternoon, 4 p.m. Eastern Time here on NBC. You'll also see the final round of Showdown. Jim Tappan of the Blackhawks against Joe Villemure of the New York Rangers. Clark against Stemkowski on this faceoff to the right of Bernie Perron. Stemkowski, Fairburn, Vickers, Park. Kachuk out on the point, now replacing Russo there. Clark controls to Joe Watson, who blasts it around the boards. Dornhofer has it, gets it over the blue line. Stopped by Park, checked by Fairburn now. Dornhofer still battling and got it down to the New York line. Stemkowski back for it. 45 seconds remaining in the penalty. Beats Stemkowski to Kachuk. Kachuk checked by Lonsbury. And it's knocked over the blue line. And Lonsbury plays an awful lot of hockey for this team. Fred Sherrow, his coach, said he should have been the MVP winner of the Hart Trophy this year. Fairburn stopped at the blue line as he lost control. Lonsbury whacks it down the ice. The Flyers without Bob Kelly out with a bad knee. Bill Clement also out with a bad knee. Barry Ashby with the eye injury. Rangers have everybody there, but several of them playing hurt. Long pass for Vickers too far. Perron clears it off the glass. Kachuk knocks it to the corner. 7 seconds left in the penalty. Watson checks Vickers. Here's Kachuk again. Kachuk for Stemkowski. Stemkowski to Sealing at the blue line. Sealing a low drive. Loose in front. Score! Beats Stemkowski from Rod Sealing. And it's 4-3. For the rest of this period, he won't have much trouble. Irvin trying to stick handle around Kindrachuk. Puck knocked out to Bill Flett. Coming out by himself. Now looks for some help. Nielsen and Harris were waiting for him back there. The puck jumped over Jockman's stick. Ron Harris in the corner. Harris for Stemkowski. Couldn't handle a pass. Flett takes a good hit from Harris. They both go down. Kindrachuk checked by Nielsen. Stemkowski comes in to go for the puck, and Flett follows him in there, and they'll have a face-off in Ranger territory. And you would think the younger Philadelphia club would be stronger in the third period, but so far in the series, the Rangers have outscored the Flyers in the third period of each game. Park out to Dale Rolfe. Very crisp interception, shoots it back in. 4:17 remaining in the third period. The Flyers lead by a goal. Rolfe brings it around the boards. It comes all the way to Watson. Jim Watson waits for people to get onside and shoots it in. Dale Rolfe for Hatfield, Rattel, Hatfield, and Gilbert. Hatfield takes a good stiff check from Van Imp, or Rattel, pardon me, and then Hatfield upset Van Imp. The puck underneath him for a face out of him. Kachuk controls to Brad Park. To Kachuk. Kachuk is checked by DuPont. Dale Rolfe brings it up to Kachuk. Kachuk, the low drive, stick save, steer to the corner, rebound to Vickers. Vickers for Kachuk, can't get a shot out of the way, and it's run out by McLeish. Rick McLeish has Dornhofer with him, Lonsbury trailing. Rick McLeish trying to get around Park, a shot at the side of the goal, rebound Lonsbury, save Jockman, a sliding save on Lonsbury. Vickers passed way too far for Fairburn, goes deep into the Flyers zone. Touched there by DuPont icing. For the goal on the faceoff. Jockman made the stop. Harris back of the goal. Ted Irvin and Barber battle over there for it. The puck comes loose. Crisp and Nielsen. Nielsen kicked it. Crisp is kicking at it. It's still loose. Barber comes up. A shot made on. And Jockman made the save there, and he was screened. Jockman goes out of the net with the puck. Gives it to Nielsen. Nielsen out of his own zone. 3:05 to go. Ron Harris ahead intended for McGregor too far. DuPont to Clark. Clark looks for somebody to pass to, can't find him and dumps it in. Irvin, back of his own goal, spins away but lost it to Barber momentarily, slammed it away, Barber has it again. Harris gives him a good body check. Clark passing to Barber, well covered by Harris. Barber throws it out front, and Stemkowski intercepts. Intended for McGregor. Chris stops him. Clark fires it in. The Flyers keeping the puck in Ranger territory. 2:37 to go. 4-3 the Flyers lead. Ron Harris. These Rangers who have not quit at any stage in this series. Stemkowski, a long shot wide. Zaleski off the board. Zaleski, net by McGregor. Shoots it, comes off with a bad bounce. Jim Watson battling, checked by Stemkowski. Joe Watson has it. Around the board, Dale Rolfe keeps it in. Back to the near boards corner. Jim Watson with it there. Trying to get it out. Park trying to keep it in. A bouncing puck comes out to center ice. Irvin gives it to Rolfe. 2:05 to go. Rolfe to Park. Park with the crowd going wild here at the Spectrum. Shoots it into the corner. Offside is called at the Philadelphia blue line. Exactly 2 minutes remaining. in regulation time. The Flyers leading 4-3, and this crowd is going slowly hysterical here. I was about to say insane, but they might not like that.
We're getting close to another record, Tim. In the Toronto series, Toronto and Boston, 48
against Rattel. Rattel gets it to Gilbert, fakes a shot, gets through, and offside is called again at the Ranger line. And a close call there as Rattel had a break in on the Flyer goal, but offside called it back. Park and Rolfe and Emil Francis going with his veterans out there. The gag line, the goal-a-game line that had an off-season this year, to put it mildly. For the New York Rangers, Rod Gilbert had himself a great campaign, but Rattel and Hatfield less than their usually steady selves over the course of the regular season. But they're the old pros out there. They've been here before, and he's going with them in this circumstance. Park shoots it in. Van Impe. Van Impe up the boards to Selesky. Selesky knocks it out over the blue line, hit the linesman, D'Amico, but Gilbert still back at his own blue line, gets it to Rolfe. 1:38 to go. Rolfe is upset by Kindrachuk. The puck over the Flyer line. Crowd breathes a sigh of relief that no penalty was called. Jim Watson out to Kindrachuk. Park gambling up there. Poke check on him by Hatfield. Still has the puck. It gets to Selesky. 1:23 left. He shoots it in. Document feeding it up the left side, too hard for Hatfield. Van Impe hustles to keep it in. 1:13 left. Rolfe. Dale Rolfe turned back by Bobby Clark. Stick handling, gives it to Park. 1:06. That goalie will be coming out. Here he comes. Park brings it over the line. 6 Ranger attackers. The pass to Rattel, too well covered. Lonsberry shoots it out to the blue line. Selesky shoots it down the ice. He goes out of wide of the empty goal. Selesky tried from his own blue line. Clark. They've called too many men on the ice against the New York Rangers. That's why the face-off's in there. Evidently, Jockman did not get off the ice before the Rangers got the extra man on. And Vic Hatfield, the Ranger captain, arguing vociferously with referee Art Stowe. John D'Amico made the call. I saw him make the motion, but I didn't know what he was motioning about. But he was looking at the Ranger bench down here below us, and he ruled that the Rangers had too many men on the ice. It must have occurred during the attempt to get Jockman out of the goal off the ice to get the extra attacker on.
As we mentioned about D'Amico and Pavlich, the great linesmen that they are, you can rest assured that John D'Amico in this very tight situation, for sure there were too many men on the ice. There wouldn't be any doubt about it at all.
He was looking directly at the Ranger bench when he made the call. He was directly in front of our microphone position here. And while we could not see because the crowd stood below us, we could not see whether or not the penalty should have been called. He was looking directly at it. He did not even watch Selesky's shot. Against Kachuk. Kachuk controls this one to Park. Park blasts it around the boards, can't get it out. Dornhofer keeps it in. Park, checked by Lonsberry. Lonsberry in the corner using up some time, trying to get it back, still has it in the corner. Park bumps him, 37 seconds to play in the third period. Dornhofer whirling away from Park, back of the net. Dornhofer to Lonsberry, back of the goal. Lonsberry, checked by Fairburn. Rolfe and Bobby Clark battling. Go to the far boards, and Rolfe has to settle for a face-off. 16 seconds remain. Bobby Clark, Lonsberry, and Dornhofer doing their usual strong forechecking job. The Rangers a man short, having difficulty getting out of there.
Philadelphia were trying to protect that 2-goal lead at the start of this third period, and they just started to lay back, and now they're back into what their normal game is, forechecking.
1:25 remaining in that penalty, which doesn't mean a thing. There are only 16 seconds left. I shouldn't say it doesn't mean a thing. If the Rangers scored, it would continue into the overtime. But 16 seconds left in regulation time. Clark against Demkowski. Demkowski got it. It's taken by Park. Park tried to shoot it out and hit Clark, and Russo did the same thing. That Clark is just where the puck is. Jockman took it to Russo. To Demkowski. The crowd counting down. 3 seconds left. Park has the puck. The game is over. And the Philadelphia Flyers have defeated the New York Rangers 4-3 and have moved into the finals against the Boston Bruins. And we'll be back in just a moment.